Hello and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. This video will hopefully show you how well this runs on a lower end CPU. Full specs will be coming up and the frame rate is displayed in the top left. So this is my current spec. It's a GeForce GTX 1070 with an Intel i5 7600K, 16 gigs of RAM, and we're going to be running at 1080p. Here in the GeForce Experience app, we've gone for optimized settings, so that has given me fairly low or very low settings for each of the fields. So we have ambient occlusion is off, anti-aliasing is at the lowest, bloom is off, buildings are low, contact shadows low, depth of field is off, grass and bushes are also off, along with light shafts, they're off, reflections off, level of detail for objects is 25, which is low, shadow maps 768, terrain level of detail 25, which is very low again, terrain shadows off, and you get the picture. Oh, we do have volumetric clouds set to medium. So I'm not expecting a lot. I mean, this PC is getting on a bit. So let's see how it goes. So here we are, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, all loaded up. So I've taken the settings given to me by the GeForce Experience. So we're going to check what they are now. Okay. So if you remember from what I showed earlier, everything is low or off except for volumetric clouds. If I can find them. There they are. Medium. It's all off or low. Other than that, we do have real-time online traffic. We'll show their nameplates. Let's do that. Vehicle density for airport life is low. I've turned all that down, and no land or sea traffic. Back to hit apply and save. Awesome. Now what I want to do is choose somewhere in the world to fly. And for this test of a lower spec PC, I'm going to choose a tough one. Oh, look at those planes. That's the real world traffic. Where are we? I'm in the wrong place, am I? There we go. Statue of Liberty as a rifle. So we should be flying in and see the Statue of Liberty in front of us. And then veer off to the right to take in the sights of Manhattan. And this is a really built up area, so it should push the PC well beyond its limits. And see what sort of frame rate we get at all these low settings. So here we are, loaded up, and there's the Statue of Liberty in front of us. So let's click on ready to fly. Oh, what a low frame rate that is. Oh, it's picking up. Let's jump outside. So hovering around 25 frames per second. There's the Statue of Liberty down there, and lots of triangular buildings in New York. So let's fly around. I'm sure they're not like that in real life. Now, I'm not much of a pilot, so I'm just looking around. Lots of lagginess there. And lots of planes flying about. So, between 20 and 30 frames per second on these low settings so far. I'll get more into Manhattan and see how bad it can get. So we'll travel this way and then we'll turn right, and I think Central Park is just up on the right somewhere. So a bit of volumetric clouds about, they look okay. Yeah, frame rate, it's struggling. It is struggling. The buildings look all a bit grey and brown. I suppose that's how they are. Or it could be that the textures are set too low. Let's look down. See, that looks okay. Lots of foliage in the streets. I don't think it's like that really. I've never been, I don't know. So it's flyable coming through here. It's not the prettiest and it's not the smoothest. But this is an i5 7600, so it's a few years old. And a GTX 1070, which is still a good, decent mid-range card. Although there's no RTX, ray tracing, etc. Okay, so up ahead I can see Central Park. If I don't hit anything between here and there, we should be fine. So less than 20 frames per second at the moment. So hopefully this will give you some sort of idea, if you do have a lower specification PC, what you'll be able to do. And how well it'll run the game. I mean, this is quite a test really, New York. So if we level out, have a look down. See, that looks okay. I think there's a bit of texture pop for the trees. So we do now, still around 20-25 frames a second. So, it's flyable. But as an experiment, let's bump something up. Because those textures could do with a bit more. So, texture resolution, let's turn that up to medium. Level of detail, let's bung that up to 50. Not too much. Trees, medium. Buildings, medium. Terrain vector detail, medium. Terrain level of detail to 50. Apply and save. And resume. So there's always a hit when this starts off because it's loading things in. It will level out a little bit. So our frame rate hasn't dropped too much so far. Do things look much better? A little. A little. Let's fly around here. Let's go back into the city. There's more trees, you know, in New York than I thought there were. If this is accurate. How are we doing? Less than 20. Let's fly over this way. Off to the left. Okay, well, there we go. If this is helpful to you, then leave a like down below. And I think I'm due for an upgrade. Take care.